Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to see in your eyes, but hold on, I gotta fix something. I totally gotta fix something. Don't worry. Don't worry. Give me 1 second. So, all right. Boys. I asked what this reading was going to be about. And what I was told is it's a Blu-ray update. The window of manifestation just opened. So this is going to be intense. I'll tell you guys right off the bat. This is going to be intense. What's new, pussycat? What's new, pussycat? All right, let me get some cards ready because I actually really wasn't expecting to do this. Can I just have a moment of honesty? Can I just tell you guys something like super duper honest? So this is a room that I live stream in, right? Because I kind of just need to keep my workspace contained. And I really honestly, the reason I came into this room was not to do live stream. I was trying to get my cookies. I came in here to get my cookies. And now I'm sitting here pulling cards. This is the closest thing I've had to an Oreo in years. That's why I came in here. But now we're doing a reading. So, welcome to my life. I apparently have to earn the cookies before I can eat them. So, get ready for attitude. Just be ready. Don't be surprised. Be ready. Okay? And I'm kind of at a point where I don't even want the cookies anymore. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. All right. What other card did you want me to pull from, sir? What other deck? All right. There you go. There you go, too. Okay, so I was working out right earlier. I was working out, and my brother decides to FaceTime me at the gym. It's hilarious. It was hilarious. You know how it is. Yeah, the brother that randomly decided to FaceTime me one time while I was live. And he tells me that he's like sunning his ball sack. That brother. It was hilarious interacting at the gym. I don't even want to tell you guys what happened. Okay. Here goes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're ready. Take a deep breath with me. Just one deep breath. Just like that. Okay, let's get started. Here goes. I know, I was like trying to low-key impress him, right? So he called me while I was doing very light sets of like curls, and he hasn't seen any progress images. I haven't sent him anything, and so he thinks I haven't been working out. and then I was like, wait, I gotta show you. And so the only thing I had was a 10-pound weight. and then I pretended like I was gonna do squats with it, like soon. And so I was like squatting it and doing like an extra pump at the bottom. And he goes, "Oh shit, girl. Oh shit." And then he realized it was like a 10-pound weight. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "That's too light for you." What? I'm trying to impress you right now. So it was lovely. It was lovely. We were loud at the gym. It's okay. And so I was like, "What? I'm trying to impress you. Hold on, hold on." And then I grabbed the 15-pound weight, 15 pounds, and I was like, pumping it, pumping. I said, "Look at that. Look at that." Look at that. And he's like, "Oh shit, girl. I see it. It's popping." And then the people that were beside me at the gym, they were like, I was like, "I'm sorry, guys. My brother FaceTimed me and I was trying to impress him with my gains." The girl thought it was adorable. The guy, not so much. And I was just like, I don't care. So let's get started for real. Okay. So autumn is going to look a little bit upside down. Okay. That was very sobering. Oh, shit. Autumn is going to look a little bit upside down. I think it's already started. And here's the thing, if you allow yourself to focus on the things you need to focus on, um, amazing things will happen as autumn continues. However, if you're going to allow yourself to get distracted to the degree that now you're looking at timelines and you're feeling like, oh, I haven't accomplished enough in X amount of time, and like these expectation type things, what's going to end up happening is you're going to completely derail yourself. It's very similar to the feel that I got in the Piscean reading this morning. Okay. So shadow and scrying mirror. You're not seeing yourself in the appropriate way. You're not allowing yourself to really shift your expectation of yourself. I read something earlier that what was it? Shit. Hold on, maybe I saved the video. I was just seeing it was like expectation is something. Expectation. I don't remember anymore. Expectation. I don't remember. Dang. It's like this thing of your expectation of yourself. It's not in alignment with the reality of what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish. I'm wondering if you're still kind of seeing yourself in this old way, right? Like your old expectations that maybe were appropriate and aligned with your old life. It's not appropriate or aligned with your current trajectory. So it's about um shedding those old things. There's a lot of. Do you guys feel that? It's like a it's like, I don't know if TVs nowadays do this, but those of us who are much older, much more mature. I don't know if you remember, once the TV had been on for quite some time, it had this static field around it, and you could get like uh, kind of close to the TV and feel it, and it would kind of like spark. Well, not spark, but you would hear like the crackling sound. Do you guys remember that? It's like that. I feel that in the air. So I'm trying to determine what that means for this reading. Like electric charge in the air. Um, so then is it this thing of like the environment, the air is charged with electricity at this point? If you're aware of how to harness that, um, I mean, you could do a lot of things with that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? You could do a lot of things with that type of energy. You can utilize it in ways that um, can really push this manifestation through. So the window of manifestation just opened. Now we're in the shadow of Mercury. We're going to go into a Mercury retrograde in a few days, like in a week or so. And usually they say like don't start anything during a Mercury retrograde. Maybe for some that's accurate. I don't know that it's accurate for you though. I don't know if it's accurate for you because it's almost this thing of, yeah, that would be accurate for a basic human being because you're kind of, you have a higher concentration of that human code and therefore you're more compatible with a planetary grid. But if you have a higher concentration of galactic, angelic, um, any other type of code, then you're barely being hosted on this planetary grid and therefore you're not exactly bound by those rules. I shouldn't have said that. Shit. You got to tell me those things before it comes out of my mouth. You already know where my logic is going and you wait until like it's already cued in the throat and coming out of the mouth. So, hello aliens. um those of us who are not as compatible with a planetary grid, if you catch my drift, um, you're about to break free from this entire system. You feel that? You're about to break free from this entire system. All of these strings that have kept you attached, it's almost like um, when you lay down glue and it starts to get tacky, but it's not like fully stuck yet, and you lift it up, and it's all these strings that are trying to keep those two pieces bound together. But it's like as it stretches and stretches and stretches, the strength of that glue diminishes, and the string gets thinner and thinner and thinner as it stretches. And after a certain point, those strings of adhesive kind of just they falter and the piece is completely free. It's like that. Are you ready? We have so many of these spiritual people talking about um disconnecting from the matrix, yada yada yada. A lot of them are a lot of talk. I'm be blunt. I'm gonna be blunt because they irritate me. They do. They irritate me. They just a lot of fucking talk, 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 talk. That's all I hear. But they don't really understand the gravity of the concepts they're peddling. It just sounds good. And it irks me because then it causes confusion. The people who these messages are not for, they end up suffering when they listen to these fucktardios. I said what I said. I classified this type of person as a fucktardio. What? A fucktardio. That's what they are. Fucktardios. And it causes people to suffer when they start making these statements that are just like not calibrated to the right individuals, and they're not being honest about their lack of understanding about what this means. They're making it like a blanket statement, like it applies to everyone. It does not apply to everyone. It doesn't. It does not apply to everyone. And that's the thing. For the ones that this applies to, you're being presented the opportunity to actually truly disconnect from the matrix. You're not going to do it with motion. You're not going to do it with, some sort of like dietary plan. You're not going to do this by simply saying you're going to do this and claiming something that you don't even feel like you have the authority to claim. Right? Have you ever seen a movie where like it's set like maybe in the Middle Ages or something like that, Dark Ages, where there's still kings and kingdoms and all of that jazz. And what ends up happening is the sitting king, the ruling, reigning king, uh, gets murdered or whatever, executed, and then they have a child, right? And the child um, is taken somewhere else, hidden away because that's the rightful heir to the throne. And then, maybe a few years later, they come back to take back their father's kingdom, right? But they haven't really done anything to prepare themselves for the gravity of that action. And so they go back to the kingdom like, I'm the rightful heir. And then the person who staged the coup d'etat is like, execute them. They don't care. If you don't have the ability to really, really, harness that authority is useless. It's a waste. You can't claim an authority you don't have the capacity to wield. It's like this thing of, as the changes in societies began occurring a couple years back, there was this huge influx of people who were purchasing pew pews, right? They're like, oh, I got to protect my family. I got to get a pew pew. And it's like, do you know how to load one in the chamber? What? I have, I have, um, I have clips. Oh, you're one of those. You go hurt yourself. You're for real gonna hurt yourself. If you don't even know the difference between a mag and a clip, you should not be purchasing anything. You can take the time to learn the difference between a magazine and a clip. A clip is like a ribbon that has little U thingies, and the munitions pops in that. It clips in, and then you clip it into a fully automatic assault pew pew, and it's like, "Ah, da, 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 da." That's a clip. You don't, that's not a clip. That's a magazine. Huge difference. And you can research the difference between the two. But here's the thing, can you aim and hit what you're aiming for? No, that's useless too. It's useless as well. So it's this thing of, if you don't have the knowledge, first and foremost, secondly, the access to the authority that is rightfully yours, but if you don't have access to it because you're using an intercessor, you're using someone else's teachings, you're using other people's really distorted, very, very convoluted perceptions, interpretations of very, very ancient esoterica. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to work. The thing that they tell you in movies where you just point and shoot. You know what I learned? Um, I went to the range quite a bit a couple years back, and I was just attempting to become proficient with a Glock, right? Compact Glock at that. It's yeah, but it was a 45. It was a 45 caliber, not 9 millimeter, and the kickback on that. I mean, I have dainty ass wrists. I could slap you really well, but I mean, the kickback, it's just not. It's not. And one of the things that I learned is the concept of just pointing and shooting is that's nonsensical. That's nonsensical. Because if your pew pew is not like horizontal, you know, even the slightest bit, you're not hitting what you're gonna hit. And then the other thing that I learned is you should absolutely wear a hat and wear a high neck type shirt. Why did I learn this? How did I learn this? Well, because when it ejects the little piece, the little metal piece, um, see, the pew pews that come out, they're actually two pieces. You have the projectile and then the gunpowder inside of a casing. So they eject the gunpowder, not the gunpowder, the casing, and then the projectile keeps going forward. And I learned that if you wear even the slightest bit of a V-neck without a hat, that hot piece of metal goes right into your shirt. And if you got cleavage like I do, oh, it's not fun. It is not fun. I learned how to do the hot dance that day. I did a hot dance for sure. It went in my shirt and it clung like a newborn babe to my cleavage. Burned the shit out of myself. And that's a thing. Could you imagine learning that lesson when you actually have an assailant coming towards you and you are in a life or death situation? That'd suck. That would suck. That would really, really suck. And that's the thing. Have you learned what you need to learn in order to access this authority and the abilities that you need in order to be able to be part of whatever this shift is? This shift is not for everyone. I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for that. I'm going to get a lot of people who are going to be upset, like, Emmy, it's not spiritual to not be inclusive. Here's the thing. Spirituality is a personal journey. It's not about inclusivity or exclusivity. It's not about that. It's about understanding for you personally what you need to understand, right? I love this. I love this comment right here. I have to be honest with myself. I don't know if the message is for me, but I can say I'm probably not ready. I'm still learning and growing. That is so powerful. The fact that you can wield that type of power rooted in truth to the degree that you did so publicly tells me this message probably is for you. And it probably means that you are ready. The people who have this mindset of, I've mastered this, I've mastered that, the human brain, even when you have an IQ of over 185, it still lacks the computation ability to even begin to grasp the gravity and the extent of what you don't know. I know a lot for a human. And the more I know, the more I learn, the more I realize how little we actually know. I don't know much. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know much. I know exactly what I need to know when I need to know it, and that's okay. That's more than okay. That's appropriate. That keeps me safe. That keeps me in a space of being able to be proactive. Because when you know too much, sometimes that's detrimental to you, your health, your safety. So it's this thing of really beginning to understand a lot of the things that we've been programmed to believe, the way we're taught to live, all of these different things. They're rooted in ego, unbalanced, unhealthy ego. So we have to let that go and we have to continue walking forward, not with the utmost level of confidence, but with this opening of our heart, our mind, and just really even our throat, like this need to communicate, ask questions, really commune with other people, kind of take in information, parse through it, allow yourself to kind of sift through, like, which one applies to me? Not all of it has to apply to me. And it's not that none of it applies to me. It's like select little pieces apply to me. And then I have to take it in and interpret how it's to be, how it's to be applied to my life. And that is how you begin to really, really tap into the authority that was always rightfully yours. Because now, as you're questioning, as you're really allowing yourself to use your thinking, your brain, you begin to take your rightful place at the head of your council. Did you guys know you have an entire council? We each do. We each do. It's this pretty cool thing where it's like, We have an entire entourage that kind of comes with us, one for each direction. And it's not just the four like cardinal directions. There's the rays that kind of like a compass rose. So it's like north, east, south, west, right? And then you have north, east. Y'all, hold on. I will draw a little something for you so that we understand. We, as in me, because I'm confusing myself. I'm sure y'all understand me. Not so much. Not so much. I'm just a simple girl who suffers from ADHD. So, okay. So we have this, right? Right? Okay. So we have all of those different directions. That's the bare minimum. Now, here's the thing. When we get everything calibrated just right and we begin to connect all the points, you know what happens? We enter into this state of illumination. Let that sink in. And you're centered. Let that sink in. And as you become centered, what ends up happening is your secondary purposes start to rise up. Let that sink in. And then you know what ends up happening is these start to rotate, right? And these start to rotate. And you've just activated your entire etheric Merkaba. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying we're being prepared to elevate this entire planetary grid. It requires those who are strategically placed. We can't all be these stars. So it requires all of these strategically placed points, which mirrors constellation positioning, celestial positioning. We're all, not all of us, those who have that as part of their destiny, part of their promise of service. They're filtered through specific stars. For me, I was filtered through Regulus 23. That's why I was born on the 23rd. I have the lion's heart. That's why I'll claw the shit out of you, right? And that's what my energy embodies. And so once all of that starts, I'm positioned in a way where it's going to line up with where Regulus 23 is at the perfect celestial moment. And all of us will ding. And then guess what? Ding. And next thing you know, the entire planetary grid has experienced a massive shift. And that's why we don't all have to be stars. Because guess what? Everyone that exists connected to that grid, you'll be lifted even if you're not a star. Tell me that's not beautiful, right? And that's why, despite the fact that the message is not about inclusivity and everyone's going to be a star, like that's bullshit. That's like saying, "Oh no, you didn't lose. You're the second winner." My aunt. Sometimes I'm a little asshole-ish, right? My aunt told my cousin, I was maybe like 10 or 11, maybe 12, something like that. No more than 12 years old. My cousin was a total toddler, right? I think he was, I don't know, maybe 4. And so he has a little brother and they're playing a game and I was babysitting and my aunt was there. And the younger brother, my younger cousin, lost the game. And so he started crying because he was disappointed. Totally get it. And my aunt runs over and she's like, "Oh no, don't cry. You didn't lose. You're the second winner." And then I blurted out, "But isn't that the first loser?" which is the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Okay. It's fine. It's okay if you don't win that round. That should serve as the fuel for you to try harder using a different approach, a different tactic if you really want to win. If you really want to win, yes, work harder, level up, allow yourself to develop the skills that are necessary to reach that higher level. And that's the thing for many of us, a lot of the things that we are told by, the spiritual people are these concepts that are just the same. It's the exact same as that. Oh, no, 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 you didn't lose. You're the second winner. Like, what is that? Rather than being truthful of, well, that round you didn't win, but it's okay because you have other opportunities. And just because you didn't win does not mean you're less than. It doesn't. Just because you don't win doesn't mean you're less than. That's how I see it. Like that just means that if you want to achieve this, you need to increase your level of skill so that you can achieve that. It's about recognizing where you are, where you want to be, and finding a way to negate the discrepancy between those two positions, bringing them together into a space of unity where you can be what you want to be. A lot of what's going on right now is about the shifting of the ethos, the belief structures that are in place. Those belief structures were disseminated by draconian programs. It's Draco. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know that. A lot of the things that we kind of adhere to as people who don't know any better yet, right? Our lack of knowledge and experience is absolutely being exploited by the hand selected draconian agents. We could call it that. They are draconian in nature, they are draconian in their belief structures. They try and peddle this whole inclusivity thing, but in reality, even within that inclusivity, they have a hierarchy that exists that is the same thing as not being included. You see how that works? It's like this whole mind game that's being played. See, for me, their exclusivity, it's not because you're not enough, it's because you're not ready. So when you do what you need to do and experience what you need to experience and reach the level of maturity you need to reach in order to function at the level that I'm functioning, you're absolutely welcome. Stand right beside me. We're equals now. High five, right? It's not I am your leader. It's like we're equals. Yay. You did what you needed to do. You learned what you needed to learn. Stand right beside me. Let's wait for everyone else to catch up. I'm still being exclusive though. You can't stand beside me until you earn that. Well, I mean, that's not fair. Why is that not fair? Well, they're going to feel bad. Then they should do something about that. But what? I mean, you're going to make people feel bad. No, I'm not. Their insecurities are making them feel bad because I'm sitting here believing in you and your ability to mature to the degree that will give you the right to stand right beside me. How can I believe in you more than you believe in yourself? See, when you allow people to convince you of these programs, what they're doing is telling you very covertly, I don't believe you can do it. So we'll just include you so that you don't get hurt. No, no. I'm here saying, yes, you can. You absolutely can. Why can't you? If I believe in you more than you believe in yourself, something needs to be adjusted. No, you cannot come in until you prove to yourself. I will not cater to your fear. No, I will not cater to your insecurities. I'm going to stand here patiently and wait however long it takes for you to realize you have a right to stand right beside me. You're capable of it. See what I'm saying? Only the person can make themselves feel bad. That is up to the individual. Absolutely, Firefly. It's up to the person. And when you buy into the insecurities, you're encouraging and validating those insecurities. You are encouraging and validating all their fears. All of them. So now comes a time where we have to allow ourselves to exit out of these mindsets, right? There are some who are slated to prosper. This is the window that's being opened so that you can go ahead and begin receiving the fresh air that's needed for you to begin your process of prosperity. There are others who are slated to experience a period of rebirth. Now, this ties in and can be best explained by the work of Dr. Dabrowski, his work on theory of positive disintegration will explain it all. It's like you're reaching a glass ceiling, and instead of allowing yourself to accrue the energy that's needed to punch through and get through to the next level, you're like, oh, it's closed off. It's closed off. And so maybe I'm not allowed, and I'll just go back downstairs to the level beneath me. No, no, that's not what's being said at all. What's being said is right now, that feeling that you are being kept in a holding pattern, that's you accruing the frequency. That's you building up the charge to punch through. Okay. You need to punch through that level and allow yourself to experience your ascent, your rise. Okay. When you rise, you're going to feel very alone. You don't have the authority to bring other people up with you. That's never granted to others. It's not something that's granted to others. This concept of, I knew people who, they would sometimes try and make it seem like they have the authority to do this and that. Like, oh, I can make that happen for you. Like, no, you can't. You don't have that kind of authority. You're talking to another sovereign. You're dealing with another sovereign. That means they are the king and queen, king or queen or both of their kingdom. Something smells like it's burning. Hold the phone. Allow me to commune with my beloved. Hold on, please. I'd like to make sure we don't die today. Hello, honey. Something smells like it's burning. Okay, thank you. Bye. He says, yeah, I'm cooking something. Okay. It's not hell coming forward. Okay. Um, I have money to afford an expedited reading, and I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that I'll confirm that you are the greatness that you know yourself to be, but don't want to admit? What are you afraid of? What's scaring you? Right? Like, have you asked yourself what's scaring you? Am I too honest? I can be gentle when I I can be gentle when I communicate, I promise. Just put that in the notes. Like, I may be gentle, so I will be so gentle. I'm serious. I can. I can. Let's see. So, ooh. Mhm. You're being guided to retrieve your respect. Ooh. Right? You're being guided to retrieve this respect for self. Um, what is this about? Did someone successfully convince you to not hold yourself to the proper level of regard? Did you somehow be convinced that you don't deserve to be cherished? Um, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Maybe I'm not being given a clear indication because it's going to be a different answer for everyone. Um, might be that. Might be that. So let's see. RESPECT. Okay, so respect is defined as a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. Ooh, respect is also called esteem. It's a positive feeling or action. The verb respect is to admire someone or something deeply as a result of their abilities. All right. What else? What else? Avoid harming or interfering with. Agree to recognize and abide by. Oh, that's what it is. You're refusing to recognize and abide by the requirements set by your soul. You've been harming and interfering with your journey because you haven't been respecting your journey. There it is. That's what it is. Oh, shoot. That usually means, like, if that type of message comes forward, that usually means that the soul is getting ready to snatch your ass. I don't want to be snatched. I mean, I want to be snatched, but I don't want to be snatched. So I don't know. I'm considering having a cookie. I keep looking at the cookies. No, no cookies yet. No cookies yet. Did I eat today? I don't think I ate today. Shit. It's already 5 p.m. I did not eat today. If I ate, I don't remember what it is. No, I didn't eat today. I didn't. Okay. So, concealment, fertility. So, going back to what we said earlier, right? There are those who are being, their coding is being adjusted so that they can experience increase in their energetic fertility. The energetic fertility is what will determine the ease with which you will begin to manifest whatever it is that's needing to be manifested. So, fertility, right? Oh, God. It requires another. Okay. So, there's one more person that needs to be involved in this. They are holding a component of whatever this is, and the component that they're holding is just so important. I'm just saying, will this hurt? That will hurt. I need something to pinch my ear. That will hurt too. I can't use that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm getting really overwhelmed. I'm so serious. I'm being overwhelmed by the energies. And this will do. So it's going to require a second individual for those who are these, right? That's a very specific set of souls, and they're requiring a partner, a grounder. This is something that's going to ground the energy as they shoot up real high. So, concealment, this is going to be something that's no longer hidden. It's going to be brought all the way straight into your like awareness. Okay. Imagination, spring. You're going to realize the reality of all of this by next spring. So, this period between now and spring is going to be the period of bringing things to fruition. You have to set your intention very, very well. You have to be very aware of what the intent is. Yeah, see this. So, this feels like, remember how I said that someone was going to ground and the other one was going to shoot up? They're grounding. using their personal power. They are grounding. They're needing to also embrace the shadow aspects of themselves, because that's what's going to give them the capacity to ground. Now, this other person is shooting way, way high, right? Is going way, way high. They have peace in the brain, and then they speak of peace, but it's not speaking of peace in the traditional sense of peace. They are a peaceful person. They are not the traditional concept of peace. The more traditional concept of peace these days has more to do with being helpless and actionless, where you allow people to get away with whatever the heck they're doing, so that you can maintain the peace that never really actually existed, right? So now it's this thing of being able to think of the solutions, verbalizing those solutions so that it can be implemented. And this secondary person is part of a pair. This secondary person behind the scenes is grounding everything. They're grounding it into the planetary grid. This is about to happen. Is about to happen. 2, 4, 6. 6 is a number of receiving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is a number of reunification, the merger. Okay. All right. Oh, they're combative. This is Michaela right here. These two are about to run into each other. They're intentionally being blinded so that they don't interfere with the trajectory of whatever this plan is. Ooh, mm-hmm. 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 Look at this. One is thinking too much, the other is doing too much. Both are not accomplishing anything. They are both not accomplishing anything, and that's why they have to be blinded in order to serve the function that they were designed to serve. You're not going to have any idea what's going on. And that is on purpose. It's absolutely on purpose. It's some grand design that's being put into play, right? No idea what you're birthing. The other one completely unaware and just listening to these 3 banshees complaining and whining, right? So these two are being captive, very, 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 very just no idea. That's okay. That's not always a bad thing. If you are very defiant and your defiance causes you to interfere with your soul's journey, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to have Shadow Michael come forward. Look at his face. Oh, he looks so satisfied. Shadow Michael looks so satisfied. I think he's sick of these two just constantly bickering. He is so sick of these two just constantly bickering. So he's blinding them intentionally. That is fine. That is how it works. Mm. Mm-hmm. As this continues, one suddenly becomes aware and is in shadow realm, right? This space where they're just sitting idle, watching, observing neutrally. And then this one is getting all up in their fields. They're just all up in their fields, swirling all of this energy that doesn't even really come from this time space matrix. It comes from a different matrix, one that we are being calibrated to converge with. What? Run that back. What you mean converge with a different matrix? What does that mean? What matrix are we converging with? I have a feeling if I don't behave, I will be put to sleep. I have an inkling I'm about to be put to sleep for lack of compliance. All right, so card number 22, women supporting women. Together we can transcend our individual limitations, but see, it's in reverse. It's in reverse. So whatever the situation is, this window of manifestation requires these feminine energies to get their shit together and work together. Okay, that's really important. I don't know why that got me all riled up. It's really, really important. We can't have any more like dissension. We can't have any more of bickering amongst women. We cannot have this thing of us versus them mentality. There is no them, there is only us. Okay. And it's also this thing of realizing that men carry feminine energy too. It's not just women who have feminine energy. So, card number 27, renewal, regeneration begins with decay. But see, it was in reverse, right? Right. Card number 27, renewal, regeneration begins with decay. So, what if the decay has been going on for so many different generations that we need to get past this whole beginning portion and know that we are halfway through? We've been halfway through and we keep being told, like, oh, knew this, knew that, as though even, y'all, do you want the reality of things? Are you ready for it? This whole new age thing is based on a manipulation of a very, 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 very old age. Esoterica. It's not something new. It's just not. It's not anything new. So that's the thing. You're being convinced by others that, oh, you're so advanced because you know things no one else knows. Like, no, no, no. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to those people. We each have components of our history from whatever region our ancestors are from. That information, it runs through your blood. Why do you think they like to try and harvest that? Okay. Your plasma is liquefied magic. It's liquefied magic. It is. It really truly is. I'll tell you why. Because it carries in it the mitochondria. It nourishes mitochondria. So what ends up happening is you have the entirety of your history and the entirety of the history of everyone part of your history. Did you know that whenever you have intercourse with someone, some of their genetics stays with you? Did you know that every child you carry as a parent, as a mother, their DNA is intertwined with yours? It runs through your body, their blood. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Ooh, there's this video. Let me play it. This is really going to get me, oh, but I want to be in trouble today. I want to be naughty. Hold on. This one is this one to me. I'm not saying pro woman or man. I'm saying it's true. What she says, it's true. Some of it, not all of it. I don't agree with everything she said. And okay, I don't need to agree with everything she said. I simply need to understand the gravity of what she said. Okay, let me share this with you. Share screen. Here we go.
guessing you are a specialist on men now. God made man in his image. Well, first of all, there's no such thing as God. It's time to grow up and stop believing in fairy tales.
Okay.
Your mother made you. Your mother is your
Yes.
God. And it's really interesting that you said that God made you in his image. Your mother made you in her image, because on a cellular level, you are 95% your mother. The only thing that is your father at a cellular level is 50% of your DNA, but the entire cellular structure in every single part of your body is 100% your mother. You were made in the image of your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Learn something.
It's like, damn. Okay. Okay. And that's the thing, though. That's the thing. We have no idea what we're made of if we don't know the environment we exist within, if we don't know what we take into our vessel. The reason she's accurate in what she says is because it's the mother's body that provides everything that's necessary for that zygote to become a fetus, to become a newborn. The neonate is made of the mother's components. A neonate is a newborn. What environment do you exist within? That serves as the womb outside of your mother's body. You exist in environments that are toxic, you will be composed of toxicity. This is why I am so fucking highly selective of who I interact with. I used to try and gaslight myself into believing I'm just like super duper stuck up. I'm antisocial. I'm this, I'm that. I'm none of those things. Please, please, I'm none of those things. I am selective of the people who are allowed into my environment because I don't want to take in what you are peddling unless it will grow me in a healthy, balanced, compassionate, and peaceful way. I'm saying stop hanging around people just because you don't want them to feel bad at the expense of you feeling bad. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. How many of you do that? You allow someone to remain in your presence because you don't want to be rude. You don't want them to feel badly. Badly about what? The person they are? Is it because of the person they are? Then they need to make the adjustments to who they are and how they are. Right? I've had plenty of people who wanted to be buddy buddy with me, but you're toxic. So I'm not going to hang out with you. And I'm going to continue to keep you at a distance until you're no longer toxic feeling to me. And unless you do the work that you need to do to no longer feel toxic to me, then you cannot be around me. Is it because I think I'm better than you? No, it's because I know I deserve better than what you're offering right now. It has nothing to do with you not being good enough, and has everything to do with what you're choosing to present to me. It has everything to do with that. Because, see, I can look at anyone and see the goodness in them. But just because I see the goodness does not mean they're offering me that goodness. It does not mean that at all. Mm. I don't feel bad, but there's also a good handful of people who don't like me because of that. You mean the people who need you to conform and comply? Most of the people who don't like me because of that reason. I don't give a fuck. A flying fuck, a sleeping fuck, an eating fuck, no kinds of fucks. I don't give a singular fuck about any of that shit. I don't. I really, really don't. I spent too much of my life caring about people who did not care about me enough to pause and question why their presence hurts me. I will not comply. I will not comply. Yeah, that's what my soul says when people try and force me to comply. I will not comply. Calm down, girl. Ain't no one forcing you to comply. Yeah, and I gotta tell myself, I gotta remind myself, like, girl, I'm not gonna make you comply. Calm down. Card number 21, key to intimacy. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. And this is exactly what these people are doing. They're helping you to learn and cultivate your understanding of what love is not, what you will accept, and what you will not tolerate. Amen. Amen to that. Oh, card number 36, confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. You might be wondering why I have my finger in my ear so that I don't hear the bullshit communications. Like, Marlene, stop talking to me. Oh, Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Hold the phone. I got to show you something. Where's my picture? I want to show Marlene a picture. I would like you to see a picture, Marlene. Here, it's right here. This right here. Dearest Marlene. I leave this on the screen for you, Marlene. I leave this on the screen for Marlene. Card number 36, confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. You see that? Yes. 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 I have another picture for you, Marlene. I have another picture for Marlene. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I shall get this properly cued. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. This other one. This one is for Marlene as well. This one. This one right here is me feeling like a bad bitch. This is my girl feeling like the bad bitch that she is. In her hula skirt and her two-piece bikini, smiling because life is good. That's me feeling like a bad bitch. And me just kind of, over this shit. Shit. Wait. We gotta hide her. Hold on. Y'all need, it's not complete if you can't see that eye. That eye right there kind of just, it gives it the whole feel. And that's it right there. That's my current state. That's my current state. That's how I feel right now. Just, So, yes, growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. Just, let yourself get through it all. Let yourself get through it all, okay? You're going to be perfectly fine. Card number 15, distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Ooh, you're not going to be able to stop this. You're not going to be able to run away from it. You're not going to be able to temper it, quiet down, or any of that. This is going to continue all the way forward. Card number 4, strength of vulnerability. True power lies at the root of a perceived weakness. You're strong enough to get through this. You are strong enough to get through this. If we go all the way back to what Sochi had written at the very beginning, I gotta find it again. Hold the phone. Give me 1 second. Oh, this right here. This. Sochi says, I have to be honest with myself. I don't know if the message is for me, but I can say I'm probably not ready. I'm still learning and growing. That's why I said that's so powerful, because true power lies at the root of perceived weakness. You know what I'm saying? And this is before I even knew this card was popping up for today's reading. So just one of those things. Just one of those things. Card number 29, radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Ooh. 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 Just because you don't have all of your components, or maybe you're not aware of all of your components, does not mean you are missing anything. It does not mean you have to conduct yourself in a way that seems as though you are deficient. You are not. The only thing deficient is your awareness of your capacity. That's it. Just saying. I think I'm actually hungry now. I think I'd like to eat. Here goes. Card number 40. 40 water. Okay. Water element, sensing. Your intellect may be confused, but your emotions will never lie to you. You can feel the gravity of what this message is and how it applies to you in your journey. You can feel it. So, how many of you can feel the validity of you? How many of you can feel how profound your journey is about to become? Let matters flow. Water characterizes the realm of vision, taking us into the quintessential depths of feeling, where intuition is more appropriate than acquired wisdom and knowledge. You don't have to be trained to fulfill the job that you are here to fulfill. You're already fully capable of that. Okay. You are fully capable, fully capable. Let's see. When this card presents itself in a spread, you can trust what you feel as the best course to follow. What you're sensing right now may not be based on any logic. It's just that what you are sensing is correct. Right now, it's best to go with the flow, and depending upon the cards surrounding it, to trust that movement. Although these changes may seem gentle and gradual, right? It doesn't have to be this whole like huge thing. It doesn't have to. You have to allow yourself to go through the process that you need to go through. You have to allow. All right. Let's see. Sometimes this card indicates a need to withdraw and fight another day. It's time to gather resources and gain strength before moving ahead. Sometimes the resources that you're gathering is your courage and your wit. Sometimes that's all you need to gather, your courage and your wit. Sometimes you don't even need that. Sometimes you just need your sense of self. You know? That sense of self doesn't even have to be something that encompasses the entirety of who you are and what you're here for. Sometimes it's just this feeling, this undeniable feeling of, I don't know what, just a feeling of maybe, I don't know, that everything's going to be fine, that maybe you're going to go through something difficult, but it will be worth it. And when you're done going through that, you're going to have the most amazing things that you've learned about yourself, about your purpose. This can at times indicate trusting too soon or the passive acceptance of other people's shortcomings when you shouldn't accept them. Like, it's not okay to accept that maybe well, maybe someone is not performing to the degree that they're supposed to, or maybe this is like a work partner that you have, and you're noticing that um, they say yes to all the different things that they're supposed to do, but then they don't actually do it. That they're only half-assing things. That, like, that's, you don't have to accept that. You have to say something in a respectful way, right? You have to make sure that you communicate your need, communicate a realistic expectation, really allowing yourself to step into a space of self empowerment through communication. Those are important things, okay? Water is the element of compassion and understanding. You may have the tendency to want to allow things to pass you by without fighting for them, to let go of something that is rightfully yours. Avoid being a doormat. It's possible people or forces may take advantage of your benign and accepting nature. If you want to take advantage, utilize this window of manifestation that has just opened up for you, you need to step out of that space of really accommodating everyone. You have to use your energy intentionally to get things done the way you know you're being guided to get things done, right? So it becomes this thing of, yeah, you might be disappointed that someone else is not uh, carrying their end of the bargain, but are you also not carrying yours by not communicating what you're observing? Because I'm pretty sure part of whatever partnership this is about, whether it's a relationship or work or a friendship, it carries with it the obligation to communicate what you are needing. And if you're not communicating what you're needing, then how are they to know what it is you actually need? So then both of you are not doing your part, right? This card represents being connected to the flow of all things. Uh, it's also the ability to keep a secret or to work alone in privacy. Um, Here's the thing, though. It says this card represents being connected to the flow of things. It is also the ability to keep a secret or to work alone in privacy. But I read it twice, and it doesn't tell me anything about that's what you need to do, work in secret, work alone in privacy. I think it's calling out the fact that you're doing that when this needs to be a group effort. Ooh. Okay. It's probably best to not allow, to now allow people or circumstances to not pin you down or hem you in. Frankly, you now have the ability to flow or drift out of any situation in the way water is able to move around obstacles very gently and easily. Now, here's the thing. Not only does water have the ability to move around obstacles very gently and easily, it also has the ability to etch through rock very easily and very gently. So, all you have to do is allow yourself to flow, because even rock will give way to water. Maybe not immediately, but I promise you, eventually water has its way. And this is not even about having your way. This is about allowing your flow to be what it's designed to be, something powerful enough to forge its own way through rock, to not be stopped by earth. Water will find a way beneath the earth. You have to allow yourself to flow, to be liquid in your approach. Let's see. Currently, you may also have the feeling of floating or being adrift. In a sense, it's a type of surrender. Maybe it is a surrender to a dream. At present, you may have little energy and want to withdraw. You are, in fact, doing a lot of inner processing, which will take you where you want to go. There are deeper levels working and developing inside you, but the work is not seen on the outside. Expect a pause, but forward motion soon. So, this lull that you might be experiencing, it's simply a pause. It's not halting you, it's not arresting your development, right? It's just a lull, a pause. Even the heart, in the way that it works, it takes a pause between each beat. Did you realize that? Even the heart, the one thing that needs to continuously keep going to the degree that you cannot consciously stop your heart from beating without detrimental effects, catastrophic effects. Even the heart takes a pause in between each heartbeat. Now look inward. Don't worry about the drama that surrounds you. Avoid the commotion. Sit still, float, and trust your inner wisdom. It will not steer you wrong. Okay? You have to trust the process that you're in. The process that you're in was carefully calibrated and orchestrated by your soul. By your soul. The one being in all of creation outside of divinity itself that knows the exact plan and what you need to achieve in this lifetime. Your soul. Card number 24, Pisces, I believe. I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. Ooh. In faith and trust, you must surrender to what is. Faith is your belief in something outside of yourself. Trust is your belief within you. So you have to surrender to your knowledge of how you can modify, how you can recalibrate the environment outside of you. Okay. So Pisces, the double fish, is ruled by Neptune, god of the waters, oceans, and seas. It is a mutable sign, its home being the 12th house of self undoing. It's mysterious and unfathomable, but can indicate a life that needs clarifying as well as definition. I'm wondering if part of what's going on, part of this uncertainty and nervousness, is because you don't quite have the clarity to understand the definitions that your soul is presenting to you. Let's see. Excuse me. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and symbolizes the old soul, one who has passed through many lives, has picked up much here and there, and experienced almost everything along the way, but sometimes doesn't process things well and tends to repeat mistakes. I don't think it's repeating mistakes. I think it's redoing the lesson to better learn, to better grasp and understand how to apply the information that's been gleaned from the experience. Pisceans have trouble maintaining boundaries, sometimes even feeling half erased. If you have ever observed the Pisces, you may notice they don't appear as intelligent as they really are. You could even call them gullible or vague until they start cranking out works of genius. And they can be so psychically tuned in, it'll knock your socks off. Pisces is a beautiful sign with much compassion, denoting true visions that link up with the collective. That's only if they're balanced, though. An unbalanced Piscean, quite possibly, is the most toxic sign. I say this as a Piscean. Is the reality of it. You can't have the gravity and depth of a Piscean and not have the gravity and depth in toxicity. If I ever chose to be toxic, I'd be amazing at it. I'm saying I'm perfectly calibrated for that. Capricorn moon, toxic Piscean sun. I'm just saying. Toss in some Cancer in there. Sprinkle some Scorpio. I'm saying. Like sometimes I think about toxic Pisceans and I envision this video that I see every once in a while of orcas Orca's a orca. Yeah, an orca. A killer whale are toxic fuckers. They play with their food. They will toss a baby seal into the sky while it's still alive to play with it before they eat it. Before they eat it. Okay? Right. You're welcome, ocean lover. She says. On behalf of humanity, thank you for your choices. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. But it has to be a toxic Pisces. I'm not saying Pisces is toxic. I'm saying when Pisces chooses to join the dark side, we become the Sith Lord. We are the Sith Lord. So don't be toxic. Okay, let's see. You may be extra sensitive right now. Let's see. About your question, you may be confused by the reactions of others or simply unable to get to the correct answer. Pisces can be like a pristine sea or the muck of a swamp, so getting lost is a danger. There's some secondary message going on. Make sure you're not being pulled under by other people's complications. It's even possible you have someone in your life who saps you. Usually, this is not intentional, but because of some delusional way of unthinking or viewing the world, that clouds the issue. Don't fall into this same confusion. Make sure you are protected, have the proper boundaries. Boundaries are very, very important right now. Very, very important right now because of the things that are being slated for manifestation. If you don't establish those boundaries and enforce them, you will probably falter with a task at hand. Card number 26, second house owning. Wealth is the ability to truly experience life. You will own it. The second house is about being grounded in the physical. It's the house of money and is about what you own and movable goods. When this card turns up, it's time to concentrate on more practical issues. How do you handle finances? How do you look out for yourself and yours in terms of shelter? How are you being rewarded? Are you making a good living at what you love? These questions really, it's like this sense of you're being prepared by the questions themselves with like this conscious it's almost like you're being invited to make a conscious effort to really utilize this window of manifestation. I'm sorry, guys. Just don't worry. I'm just doing something. Don't worry. It's heavy. It's about sowing seeds for a good harvest. It's time to build, accumulate, toil, and manage. You may be at a stage to take the beginning steps of opening your own business or embarking on a path that will not only enable you to realize your dreams, but could also make you a fortune in doing so. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like for these, you are being so carefully positioned to realize your dreams, to make a fortune as you realize those dreams. Because really, I feel like these people are the ones who, if they have money, it just gives them the opportunity, the ability to take even better care of complete strangers, right? Even better care of the souls that they came here promising they would assist. Oh my God. Sorry. Scared shit out of me. Ooh. taking you from bankrupt to wealthy. That's the email that came in. Let me see. No matter what your question or focus, money, earnings, and material assets will play a part. For those of you that are like, why does it have to be about money? Why does it not? Let's be real here. You have to pay to exist. Let's get clarity here. Let's gain a level of clarity that helps you to break through that glass ceiling and reach the next level of your life. We need money to exist. Money should be part of your day-to-day concerns, not obsession, not fixation, but concern. Let us stop with this draconian teaching that tells us we are bad people unless we're martyrs. Let me tell you, I played that martyr role for several years on Facebook, willingly volunteering myself. You know how many people were drawn to me at that period? Because they had so much to gain from me. Not because they genuinely cared, not because they truly, genuinely believed in the mission I'm here for. I learned through life experience. Those people who tell you that, who will validate you only when you are giving everything away, the moment you have nothing left to give is the moment you realize how little you actually meant. And I'm not angry. I'm on fire with truth. I had to learn it firsthand. And so now I realize this logic that I had that, I shouldn't worry about money. I shouldn't this and I shouldn't that and blah, blah, blah. And money is the root of all evil. No. Intentionally blinding yourself to the reality of the situation you're in is the root of the evil you are experiencing. It comes from you. It is in your garden. It is made of your decay. What is soil? Well, the richest soil is made of decaying matter. So use that soil intentionally. Instead of planting the ornamental plants that have the pretty flowers that you cannot eat, you cannot use as medicine, but you're going to do that so that what? People will come to your garden and pick your flowers because that gives you value. I don't care what the plant looks like. Will it feed me and my people? Can it serve as medicine for me and my people? Okay, I don't care what it looks like. It's going to be grown by me in this rich soil that is full of the parts of me that have decayed. These parts of me that existed because I was trying to appease people outside of myself who could never be appeased so long as I was not suffering in the way that I was giving. Sometimes people will celebrate the way you give because they enjoy the way it makes you suffer. And they want to see you suffer not because you're a bad person, but because the goodness they see within you makes them feel uncomfortable about the fact that they don't reflect that goodness themselves. That does not make them bad people. That makes them insecure. Being insecure does not make you bad. It makes you unreliable. It makes you unstable. It makes you someone that I should not use as a barometer of my value. So I once worked as a makeup artist, right? Freelance makeup artist. I did a lot of on location shoots, commercial things, publications. I've done quite a few different recorded commercials that have been broadcast. Um, have like a long list of clients: Comcast, L'Oreal, the larger companies that have, you know, the makeup counters. I've been brand ambassadors, all kind of shit. All kind of shit, right? When I say I was a makeup artist, I was a real working makeup artist, not someone who just likes makeup. Now, here's the thing. I refuse to do bridal makeup. Why? I mean, you can make a killing off bridal makeup. The base rate, and this was like what? Early 2000s, 2001, 2002, something like that. The base rate for bridal makeup, $450 for the bride. That's an hour of work. $450. That does not include hair. If I'm going to do your hair as well, easily $675 for 2 hours of work. You want me to do the entire bridal party? Boo. In like 4 or 5 hours, I'll make about $3,500, maybe even $5,000. Fuck yeah. But fuck that. I'm not doing no wedding. That's bullshit work. Why? I mean, if you're down to do weddings, by all means, boo, like shit, do you? I'm not taking that shit. Why? Because I really don't have the time or the patience to explain why you're paying me what you're paying me. I once took on a bridal consultation because the bride is a good friend of a good client. I said, okay, so your bride knows that this is the rates, right? They're non-negotiable, and there's a travel fee. There is an additional fee if you want me there extra early. I will be there 3 a.m. if you want. I will do all of that, but these are the fees. I want to make sure your bride knows because I don't do bridal work. I don't want to be negotiating my fees and stuff. I go, no, she knows, she knows, she knows. I go, I do the consultation. I'm still irritated by it. I spent like 3 hours to do the bridal consultation. Did the full hair, full makeup, everything, full beat. And they loved everything. So then I'm like, I bring out the contracts because everything I do requires contracts. It requires a deposit, which says it in the contract, and fill it all out. And she's like, "Can we negotiate the price?" No, we can't. But I have all the makeup that you're using on me. Oh, that's awesome. Well, what if I provide the makeup? You can if you want. Well, then that should reduce the price. No, it doesn't. Why wouldn't it reduce the price? Because you're not paying me for product. You're paying me for the knowledge that I've acquired over a lifetime of makeup artistry. You're paying me for the ways in which I apply the product. Now, it would cost you way less if you purchase the products yourself, but can you apply it in the way that I did? No. And that's why you're paying me. People will try and convince you that your life experience and the way you wield that life experience does not carry the value that it does. I beg to fucking differ. I beg to differ. I've built an entire academy based on the knowledge I've acquired over my lifetime. I am not trained. I have no certification. I have nothing but the knowledge I've acquired over my lifetime. And you can't tell me it has no value because I can tell you things that a doctor cannot. So, what are you worth? Because if you feel you're not worth the whatever amount you need to pay me for my services, if you feel you're not worth it, don't make the investment. But I promise you, the investment you make, that investment you make in my services, oh, baby boo, you're getting a deal. You're getting an absolute deal. Why? Because I can do things that pretty much no one else can do. You'd be hard pressed to find someone who can match the skill that I have taught myself over the course of my lifetime. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is knowing your worth. It's not about comparison, it's about understanding the gravity of your existence. I have no issues with people being able to find someone else that they feel can help them. That's okay. Go to who you're drawn to. But if you're wanting your life to be changed, I know what I can do. I know what I've done. And at this point, I've finally, thank goodness, reached a place where the 2 or 3 people that want to be vocal about how they're not satisfied with me as a person, it's drowned out by the thousands who have validated the work I do, the integrity that I hold as a human being, as an individual. Allow yourself to get to the point where you can hear more loudly and much more clearly the people who actually see you. Do you guys know why I count you as my people? Do you know why? It's because you see me. You don't see a novelty. You don't see entertainment. You see truth in human form. You see integrity. You see the reality of me, even on days where I can't see it for myself. And people who can truly see me and not have this expectation of me fulfilling the ways in which they choose to exploit me. Y'all are my people. You're why I show up every day, sometimes twice a day. You're why I have the willingness to live stream for 6, 7, 8 hours straight. Not because you stroke my ego, but because you soothe my fear. My fear that I'm not living up to my purpose. My fear that I'm doing it all wrong and that no one understands me, no one sees me. It's a beautiful thing to be in an environment that's mutually beneficial, where the love is reciprocal. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's empowering. It's healing. The window of manifestation just opened. The last time this opened, it hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. The hurt came from the growth. It wasn't from the loss, because you never actually lose things, right? But sometimes you outgrow the situations. Sometimes you outgrow the connections. Sometimes the soul outgrows the life. And so the pain comes from the growth and the knowing you can never go back to what you were before you grew. The second house card can at times indicate stubbornness, slothfulness, and developments that come about slowly or seem to drag. You will not be able to rush things in most instances. This card indicates an abundant harvest. No matter how fast or delayed it may be, it will arrive. It indicates an abundant harvest. Do you know what that means? It means as soon as you let go, as soon as you allow yourself to flow through this energy, through this process, you will be so handsomely rewarded. However many hands of yours you use to cling to the old way of being will be how many hands you don't have to receive the reward you're being given. So let go. Let go fully. Let go and allow. Just really, truly, truly, truly allow. Just allow. Allow, allow, allow. Allow yourself to begin seeing the places in which you don't have space to allow yourself. And then do what? Clear that space out. Clear out the old emotions, clear out the old connections that are not even connected anymore. How many of us keep wires and cords to all sorts of different freaking all sorts of different devices that you don't even have anymore? Do you do that as well? I have chargers for phones. I don't even know where they are. And then I wonder why my junk drawer is so full. And now I have 4 junk drawers. Like, no, you don't need to do all that. If you feel that you have been hoarding emotions, memories, traumas, all of that, do something about it. Clear it out. You don't have to keep that. You don't have to hold on to things just to show what? Your loyalty? People who need you to show their loyalty. People who need you to show your loyalty to them. Do any of you have people in your life who you feel you have to show your loyalty to them? You like feel that you have to go out of your way, because if not, and I'm not talking about people where it's like you just have so much love for them. They'd never ask you to do things, but you have so much love for them that's like, oh, I want you to feel how loved you are. No, not that. I'm talking about the people where it's like, I can't come right now. I can't come pick you up, but they don't care. You have to drop whatever you're doing, because then it's like, oh, you don't care. Well, then you don't care. You have to show your loyalty to them. Those people, those people, get rid of them. They are basura. They are absolute basura. You know what basura is? Basura. Basura in my language is trash. That's some trash ass connections. Oof. Órale pues. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Mm. Woo. Mm. Toss those out. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy. You don't have the luxury of those connections anymore. You don't have, you have nothing to give that. Nothing. You want to hear something beautiful? I think I didn't explain this before. So this, right? Remember the star? Not everyone is a star. right? That's what I said earlier. But see, here's the thing, you're not just born with one purpose. When you reach higher levels of understanding, awareness, so your purpose elevates as well. You can absolutely become a star. People think like, oh, I was born in indigo, so I'm an indigo. Yeah, but you're also something more than that at this point. You're also something so much more than just an indigo. You have the capacity to transmute, transform. You have the capacity to do that, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to truly believe, not try and convince yourself you can, but believe, truly embody the knowing you have the authority to do this. Are you aware of the authority you carry? Your window of manifestation is open. What will you manifest? Okay, hold up. Hold up. Okay, let's have a very real conversation right now. I want your guys's like honest to goodness opinion, like your blunt honesty. What do you think would happen? What do you think I would do if I came into millions upon millions upon millions of dollars tonight? What do you think I would do with that? What do you believe in your heart I would use that money on? I want to hear your thoughts. Mhm, mhm. So I see buy land, give it to those in need, the soul sanctuary, donate the majority of the money or start an organization to give back, helping others. And that's how I know you really see me. That no matter how hard I try to hide the reality of who I am, how I am, that like you can't hide the reality of you. right? And you guys are completely right. Everything you guys said, everything. Everything. There's no variations, not a single one of you see me doing anything different with money. You all see me doing the same thing. I've worked real hard. I've worked real hard for so many years. And even the money that I have worked hard to earn, it's gone to others. This right here. Yep. We did start the organization. It's a free church, a nonprofit free church that is written into IRS tax code. You guys helped me do that. You guys helped me tremendously to do that. And we're doing all of these things together. We're doing these things because it's time. It's time. I think I'm a reflection of all of you. I'm a reflection of the things that you're still afraid that your environment will see existing within you. If I'm already making the steps to those changes, so are you. And maybe the steps that I take are just that much more visible than the steps you are quietly, very, very quiet taking yourself. There's nothing that I could have done without the support that you guys continuously and so generously give me. Like, do you guys understand the gravity of the community we've created together? The last time the window of manifestation opened, I was not ready. I was not ready because I was not sure. I was not ready because I was hurting so much. In order to go through that window of manifestation, I had to leave behind the life that I knew completely, completely leave that behind. In order to do that, I needed the one thing that kept me anchored into that existence to let me go. And so my mom did. The last time this window was open, It was the spring of 2019. And I'll give you some idea of how this window works. The window opened and the community came. When that window opened, with no effort, I had over 12,000 subscribers in less than 5 days. Do you understand the gravity of this window of manifestation? Following the strings, the trajectory of my manifestation was to land me over 4 million subscribers before the end of the year. In less than 8 months, I was to have 4 million subscribers. And 6 months after that, I was to have over 23 million. How do I know this? Michael showed me. And when I didn't want to believe it, he showed my youngest. How did he show my youngest? Well, my channel is set to hide my sub count. I don't want that to be the basis of my work. For some reason, my youngest felt the need to go check my channel on his iPad. And he excitedly told me how many millions of followers I have on my channel. I'm like, how do you see this? Show me your iPad. So he showed me. And it literally showed a sub count of millions of people. And I was like, that's a glitch, honey. That's a glitch. Because you weren't supposed to be able to see my sub count at all. Multiple times, this happened. And because of the pain of the process that it took for me to reach a level of maturity that's necessary, that's required for me to step into the purpose I was created to fulfill, I closed the window myself. I closed that window and I shut down. And since then, my sub count has been stuck and I've been shadow banned. The window's open again. I don't care how much it hurts this time. That window stays open until I'm done whatever it is I need to do. It stays open. I won't ask you guys to wait. Another 3 years. Whatever I need to process, it will be processed. There will be no shutting down. There will be no closing windows. There will be none of that. No. There will be none of that. The window stays open, and the more of us that go through that window, the easier it is to bring to fruition the kind of changes that are necessary for the entire world. I'm not here as a savior. I'm here as the blowtorch that will set the whole place on fire. I'm not here to gently nudge the world into a new space. I'm here with the capacity to pick up the entirety of the infrastructure, undo the whole fucking thing, and rebuild it with my own hands. And invite you to join me at the after party. And I know I'm not the only one that's destined for this type of work, this type of service. It's not a celebrityhood. It's just not. It's not this space of trying to show and prove and talk as though I'm better and more important than other people. It's a space of acknowledgement of the gravity of the service I promise to fulfill. And when you promise something at the level of soul, those promises are never broken. They're never broken. You cannot break it. You cannot renegotiate. Well, I'm aware. I'm aware that quite a few of the lives that I've lived have carried the same promise, and those promises were fulfilled through violence and destruction. But I'm also aware in this lifetime, the promise was to do it in a more peaceful way, a more nurturing, loving way. That this is the lifetime where I am allowed and encouraged and obligated to embrace my inner Sophia, my divine wisdom, to sit back upon the throne of my matriarchy rather than doing what I've done in previous lives using my patriarchy. I've been men in many, many lives. And I've done as men do. I conquer and take. I know how to do that. But that's not what we're doing here, not in this life, with this window. This window is to invite the co creation, the conscious choosing of a new way to be, a conscious decision to create a new way of being, a way so old that everyone alive right now no longer remembers it. Now, I have a pretty shitty human memory at this point. Yeah, I don't remember much these days. Soul based? I remember all the way back to the beginning. I remember the tearing of light that allowed for the different rays of existence to be born. I have memories of no form. I have memories of watching things come to fruition, also formless. Differences, nuanced differences in vibration and frequency, creating differentiations between the individuated identities. And I saw this over and over and over. I have intact memories of how we used to function. Let's define globe. The earth, spherical or round object. a glass sphere protecting a light, a drinking glass shaped approximately like a sphere, a golden orb as an emblem of sovereignty. By definition, a golden orb as an emblem of sovereignty. Each one of us unto ourselves is a globe. Each one unto ourselves is a globe. When the consciousness was burst into the water, when the consciousness became fluid, it was the water. The halls of Amenti was a liquid space. It was a chamber that contained hydroplasma, liquid consciousness. They drained consciousness from the planet, and the cradle of life became barren. Kemet was not a desert before. I have distinct memories of that. And the Sphinx, much older than science tells us. So much older. I have memories of the chambers, so many different memories. I don't even find them entertaining anymore. I don't find it fascinating. By definition, the official definition of a globe, a golden orb as an emblem of sovereignty. The globe is already decided. All you have to do is decide. You don't even have to know how you're going to do it. All you have to do is decide and commit to that decision. Really embrace what you decide. I want you guys to help me. I want you guys to help me manifest something. I can't tell you what it is. Sorry. I can't tell you what it is. But I can't force you to participate either. I won't. I won't force you to participate. But I invite you to feel the gravity of what I'm asking you to help me manifest. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and play some music for us so that you can close your eyes and allow yourself to feel. Let me just I don't know where the song is. Let me just here. So breathe very deep and very slow. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Allow yourself to see with your one true eye. Allow yourself to feel using the heart of your soul. Allow yourself to be aware of the world I'm trying to build. I'm not asking you to see a vision. I'm asking you to receive our destiny. Allow yourself to see how we'll do it. Allow yourself to feel how quickly it will start. Allow yourself to really truly feel it. Feel it in the depths. Feel a vibration begin deep inside you, somewhere behind your heart. Feel energy rising up from your feet. Feel it going up your legs, spreading through your chest. Feel yourself begin to glow. See me sitting in front of you with something in my hands. See that something growing. See it begin to glow. See a pathway in front of both of us. A wide road that goes very, very far. See no obstructions in that path. See the road become made of gold. And watch me as I walk that path. You won't have to walk with me. You'll meet me at the finish line. Feel your crown chakra open and feel yourself be lifted. Feel yourself become lighter. Take one more deep breath in. Very slow exhale out. Allow yourself to become aware of the feeling of your heart beating inside your chest. The energy of the world is different. It's going to take a little bit of time. The world will feel it too. before the end of this year, I'll have everything I need. Before the end of this year, I'll have everything I need in excess so that I don't have to slow down the work that I'm here to do. I don't know how it will happen. I just know it will. Do you feel it? Do you feel that? If you feel comfortable, I want you to look me in the eyes. And I want you to feel whatever you feel and see whatever you're shown. I invite you to look me in the eyes and then share with me whatever you feel called to share. I feel the world changing. I feel the air changing. I feel the way the air enters my lungs and the way that mixes with my blood. I feel it changing. I feel no fear. No hesitation, no resistance. No rebellion. I feel just a constant flow. It almost feels like the air has been laced with gold dust, and I'm breathing in the gold, and it's entering into my blood and being spread to every cell in my body. I even feel a change in the way my brain is speaking to my body. I feel a change in the way my body reacts to the environment. Before the end of this year, the changes that I feel, the changes that I now embody, it will be felt outside of me. And it will be witnessed in undeniable ways. And the world will change because I make change possible. Not because it's forced, but because we, as individuated sparks of divinity, will be made aware through the work I do, through the work you help me do. We'll all become aware we have options, and we'll begin choosing different options than what we've been forced to choose thus far. The world is changing because we are changing. Allow yourself to keep changing. Allow yourself to walk away from cycles, walk towards new potentialities, new pathways, new people. Allow yourself to see a different reflection in the mirror every day, a new aspect of you invited to come forward, to be witnessed by others. There's a change that I can't quite quantify yet. Do you feel that? Like a gentle splintering. It's not painful. It's not scary. There's no anxiety or stress, just a splintering, like a road that's split in half is being put back together. I want you guys to see us holding a rope together, a large rope. See that rope like we're about to play a massive game of tug of war? All of us in a line. The other end of that rope has the last thing that I need. Pull. Pull that rope. Pull and don't let go. Pull until we have it and we can unwrap it together. See us all pulling, and we will not stop until we have it. Visualize the other end of that rope, obscured by light, a very, very, very bright light. Keep pulling. I see the end of the rope. It's my name made of light. Not my human name. I wasn't expecting that. How do you guys feel? There's so much that needs to be done. You guys pulled it all the way. It was a huge ball of light. And when you pulled it all the way, I saw my first name, the first name I've ever had. You saw it, Eliza? The sigil is my name. It's a name that can't be said, can only be felt. It comes from a language that's not spoken, a language that you can only feel. It's before there was a separation pronounced enough to need to communicate with sound. It's a name that comes from a time where we were still so connected that when you think, we all think together. Whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it together. We're going to do it quickly. We're going to do it efficiently. And it's going to be powerful. The ropes and ribbons towards the end that were braided up and wrapped around what was given is so nothing else can yank on the ropes. Nothing else can take it. Once it's here, and it cannot be moved. It cannot be transported. It cannot be transmuted. It simply just is. It simply just is. A coin larger than a wall. Very, very, very large. It's fascinating. So much similarity in everyone's experiences. Everyone's seeing a different aspect of the totality of what I was shown. It means we're still connected. It means as much as they've tried to create separation, the separation was, is, and will forever be an illusion. I love you guys. I love you guys. And I just know everything is happening as it should. As it should. Okay. I think we should go. I think we should go. Eliza, if you remember the sigil that you saw, if you can draw it out, the general shape of it, and email it to me, I'd love to see how much they allowed you to see. If they allowed you to see the entire sigil or only components of it. been so long. It's been so long. It's just been so long since anyone's been shown that name. Because I'm fancy. It was kind of fancy because I'm fancy. On a soul level, I'm fancy. I'm only basic as human. uh, you guys are such a gift. You really, truly are. You gift me things you're not even aware of. The types of gifts that one would cherish. That's the kind of gifts you guys are. Just want to thank you. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night. I'm going to go ahead and I will post the link for tomorrow's expedites. I'll get that ready within the next hour or so. I'll be going live a lot earlier tomorrow than usual since it is Labor Day weekend. I'm hoping you guys are all off. I don't believe in taking time off. But yeah, I should be live a lot earlier tomorrow than my usual 4:30 p.m. Look for the link if you would like expedites, if you'd like a reading, if you'd like any of that. Okay. Look for the link. You can find it here on this channel. And I will see you guys again very soon. I want to thank you just for being you, and for being you while being a part of my journey too. Guys, have an amazing rest of your night. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for church. Bye, everyone.